We are now talking to Wisconsin three-star recruit, Mr. Al Ashford. What's going on, Al?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
I'm good, man. You're not in your car anymore, so that's a good thing.
Right, yeah, we're in the house, man.
You know, I watch all your Instagram videos. I see what you put up there. You were just, I guess you were at a ski resort, or you were doing tubing with your family. Your father is hilarious, by the way. Absolutely hilarious. Your uncle.
Yeah, he's a character too, man.
Oh, man, I love it. I love how your family's so close together. It doesn't matter where you guys go. You cause havoc and fun, and that's what I love. My father, thank God, cherish your father, cherish your family, because my father passed 5 years ago, and I miss him every single day. All the crazy stuff that we did as kids, and really just enjoying the fun and the craziness. So when I watch you with your father and your family, it's very, very intriguing to me, and I love watching you young kids just grow as men. So I'm very happy to get you on the show. As you guys know, we are talking to Wisconsin three-star recruit corner Al Ashford. By the way, we have some guys, a part of our network, that are huge Wisconsin fans. And they're going to love you on the field in 2021. So how are you and your family doing right now with this pandemic since we talked?
Man, we're great, man. We're blessed. Shoot, I'm actually getting ready to head out. I'll leave on the 15th. My moving date's the 17th of January. So that's going to be a new adjustment. But, man, everything's been good. Just, it was weird having Christmas, just, us this year. And, everything's different. But, it's fun,
I don't know if you were watching the Green Bay Packer game, but it was snowing badly over there. And
man, them the best games to play in. I can't wait.
Now you're going from Buffalo, upstate New York, all the way to Wisconsin, a cold, cold state. And it's not known for its football. It's known for its hockey. I mean, some of the great young hockey players come from Wisconsin, but you're going to have the experience over there to play in the snow every single year. So what is your thoughts about moving to Wisconsin and having the opportunity to be a Badger?
Man, I'm just excited, man. Wisconsin has a history of some great, football players, the J.J. Watts, the Melvin Gordons, the Russell Wilsons, some guys that can really play ball. So for me, I feel like I'm, the next guy to come out of Wisconsin. So just to have that opportunity, man, and just to get the chance to play in some frozen games, those are so fun to me, and people think I'm crazy because I don't even wear long sleeves when it's cold outside for the games. I be having my arms out, and man, them just the best games. Make it easier to hit. People don't like to get hit when it's cold.
So I was mentioning this to you off air. Jillian was telling me you have a lot of the great stories, and one of them being your National Signing Day that you had just recently. I know we've interviewed a lot of recruits right around that time in November and December that just now. So what was that experience like, just being the whole different setup?
So the news, the local news, 9 News, had got at me and said, "Hey, we want to cover your signing day." I was like, "Cool, we got to figure out a location." It turned out because of COVID, we couldn't do it indoors. So it's 30, I think it was 34, 35 degrees outside. And it was like, well, where can we do it at? We couldn't do it inside my school stadium because of the district rules. So we're in the parking lot of the school, me and 5 of my buddies that signing out there in 30-degree weather doing our signing day. Our folks all bundled up behind us. I had some gloves on for the signing day just so, my hand ain't look like it was cold when I'm signing the paper.
Al, you're so used to sitting in the car and hanging out in the parking lot. Yeah, nothing's new to me that you'd be signing a contract over there inside of your school, your letter of intent over there in a parking lot, in the middle of a parking lot being 30 degrees. So it wouldn't be surprising to me.
Yeah, man, it was fun, but good to have my siblings out there and shoot everybody with us, and got us a little some decorations, some red and white balloons, and got to see some of my buddies sign, and even some of my guys that didn't tell anyone where they were going yet until signing day, end up making their decisions. So that was great.
We are talking to Al Ashford, Wisconsin three-star recruit corner, great kid, a great personality. And we were talking about your coaching and where you see yourself in the future, not only playing professional football, but what you like to do on the side, maybe become a gym teacher, maybe becoming a coach after you're done with football. What are your thoughts with what you've seen so far in college football? If you were a coach in college football right now, what has stood out to you being with the COVID-19 season and all the stuff that you've seen in the SEC, the Big Ten, the Pac-12? What stood out to you this year with the COVID-19 season?
You really see which coaches are real football coaches, because anyone could be a recruiter. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't take too much talent as actual football coach to say I'm going to go recruit guys. At that same note, there's teams where you're having at least 5-6 starters out each week because of COVID. Lineups are always shuffling. If you can still produce and win football games or be in close football games without, the main guys, you try to build your program around, that proves to me, you're a real football coach. And then, even some conferences where they haven't been playing as long, like the Big Ten compared to, conferences like the SEC, you see where the talent level is. You see where some teams have that resiliency to be down and know how to come back and win because they've been playing longer, where other teams, they get down and it looks like they just fold, especially in the Big Ten.
Yeah, you brought up the Big Ten. I mean, it was a very interesting year for the Big Ten. We saw a lot of teams that were expected favorites dropping off, and also vice versa, where you saw teams like Indiana and Northwestern really rise to the ranks all of a sudden, schools that are normally known as basketball schools. So what were your thoughts to this type of Big Ten season, the shortened season? And also a lot of coaches taking shots at Ohio State, saying they don't deserve to be in the playoff type thing. What are your impressions of that? And what can you see if they have another shortened season or weird season like this, if you're playing, obviously?
Well, Ohio State, they are a great program. No disrespect to them. When it comes to football teams, if they're not in the conversation as one of the better or one of the best football teams in the nation right now, then you're not looking at football right. Just looking at the conference they play in, the talent level they're playing against some real teams. And although they haven't been playing as long, the people that they're playing against are valued opponents. In the SEC, you got some games that are kind of drop-offs compared to other games, where you'll get some great games and then some, so. And then also looking at the shortened season, just being that if I get there, if it could happen, it really wouldn't change too much with me, man. I'm going to still have the same goals. I'm going to come in, just work hard, get on the field any way I can. And, man, I just love to see us win, I think we get in a bowl game, and this is like one of our first seasons in the last few years where we're going just at 500. I think we lost 3 games, which isn't too normal for us, but I just can't wait to be up there and to have all the coaching I can get and to have everybody, hopefully the full team. Hopefully this COVID thing just kind of kills out so we can have everybody.
Well, Al, listen, you're a coach. And you're a corner, and you're going to the Badgers, Wisconsin, a top school, top offense, top defense, all that. Now, there are 3 quarterbacks coming out going into the NFL draft this year that everybody wants to assess. Now, you talk about Trevor Lawrence. Everybody says he's a generational type of quarterback, and everybody thinks he's the next big thing. He's the next Andrew Luck, who, by the way, is no longer in the NFL. Just saying. The next Peyton Manning, who's no longer in the NFL. Just saying. So all the guys. Now, you look at Zach Wilson and you look at Justin Fields. Could you assess all 3 of them? If you were playing against them, what do you see in all 3 of these quarterbacks? And in your eyes, honestly, who do you think is going to be successful in the NFL style of game?
That's a good question. Justin Fields, athletically, I think is the more gifted of the 3. Just being that the way he can see the field, the way he can maneuver, just getting around. You've seen him lower his shoulder, run through guys. You've seen him be able to make moves in space. Where Trevor Lawrence has as well, just to me, not at the same rate. But I think Trevor Lawrence just fundamentally has the best mechanics out of the 3. And if I was, scouting against and playing against that team, I would just see that Trevor Lawrence, he can deliver a few more balls to me that Justin Fields isn't delivering. And it's, Justin Fields has great arm talent. To me, it's just he's still getting to that point of really delivering ball. Sometimes I see him just tuck and run when I think he could have really delivered the ball downfield, So Zach Wilson's also a great quarterback. In the NFL, I don't see him being, a generational type quarterback yet. But you never know. Guys develop. And, people surprise you. I never thought Tua was going to be a NFL, top tier quarterback.
He's not going to be either.
He looks like he might be able to build up to there one day.
Come on, man. They're taking him out of games because they don't trust him. They bring in Ryan Fitzpatrick. And then the coach says after Ryan Fitzpatrick wins the game, oh, Tua's still my starter. What are you, crazy?
I love Fitzmagic, man.
Fitzmagic.
I'm a fan. He's just always been funny to me, man. The way
I will say this though, Al, as a corner.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say, was that not the worst showcase of coverage from the Raiders you might have ever seen?
Man, I remember watching it and being so confused. Just like, what? Like, what? Yeah, messed me up, man. I remember I called my DB coach and was like, do you know what they doing? I was like, is there something I haven't learned yet in my football craft, you know?
Well, I will say this. As you guys know, we are talking to Al Ashford, Wisconsin 3-star recruit corner, friend of the show. Love this kid. Great personality. Knows what he's talking about. Coaches Pee-wee football. Not only does that, he's a top recruit. I think he's going to be a great player for Wisconsin. I'm not a Wisconsin fan, as everybody knows, but I love this kid. I'm going to be rooting for him, and I'm going to watch him succeed because I love his personality. I love his understanding of the game, and he knows the game very, very well. I watch everything that he does on Instagram now. So his personality flares, and that's what you need. You need a guy. If you want to be a star in the league and you want to be a personality in the league, you show your personality not only to the fans, but show it to the people that follow you. So I think Al does that. Now, Al, you look at the cornerback position in this year's draft. There's nobody that really sticks out in this year's draft as far as corners are concerned. I mean, Ohio State has a couple of corners that could be decent, and Ohio State is known to have a few corners that have made it to the NFL and have been successful, unlike quarterbacks that have come from Ohio State and not succeeded from Ohio State. So I'm not taking shots at Justin Fields. I'm just speaking the truth here.
That's right. I'm with you.
So when you look at the cornerback position, the guys that are coming out this year, is there any corner that stands out to you that could be the next generational type of corner coming out of this year's draft?
To be honest with you, I haven't seen anyone that really hits with me where I'm like, that guy is someone I can see, really revolutionizing the game. Like, Darrelle Revis has made things like in the game, you know what I'm saying? He's made things that people have to look for. You never heard about guys being boundary island corners really until him.
That's why I love you. That's why I love you. My favorite player. So that's why I love you.
And then you got guys like Champ Bailey revolutionizing the game. Corners that can come tackle, be really physical at the line of scrimmage. The Deons, a corner that can, anytime he touches the ball, he can go score. So you can't throw over there at all. I don't really see a corner in this class being that type of player, but there's some great players nonetheless. One is a Wisconsin kid, Rashad Wildgoose just came out. I've been watching his film. He's a great zone corner, someone that just understands position and knows where he needs to be. And that's a guy I feel like can make plays. And Ohio State has guys that are great man-up corners. That's what Ohio State's known for. They can go, be locked on a guy and make plays. So just, seeing where guys take it, because you never really know. There could be another Jeremy Chin we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go back to your coaching. You're with your Pee-wee team, your youth team. Did you guys have a season this year? And what were some of the moments of that? And how did you stay in touch with the kids in this kind of like different type of year? How did they react to all that?
Oh, we sure did, man. We ended up having a season. We ended up going 8-0, winning the state championship. They call it the AYL Super Bowl. So my first season really coaching, I got a Super Bowl win. So I got me there. Man, we got scored on twice the whole year.
Wow.
Wow.
That's why you're a coach, and that's why you're a corner. I mean, it's all about defense, baby.
Oh, all the way.
Championship.